Hello, Kendall from Reddit Whiskey with a recap of our latest war, and we had another really good war. Great war from our guys. Was able to pick up the victory. You can see this was again as a game 3 stars versus not being able to pick up 3 stars, and we did a really good job, and I've got some great attacks to show. So I'm going to start down here at number 9. This was Validus. Validus was actually on the channel last week too. He actually had the same base. He ended up 3-starring, was in both wars, so we went with his other attack. But got those first balloons down. I think he was trying to drop the second set. They would hit the mortar and then split and go to the archer towers, and that didn't quite work out. Looks like 3 of them went one way and only one went the other. But good try to get this all taken out, so he's got his kill squads a little bit more protected. But goes ahead and get the clan castle pull. Miscounts a little bit. I think there's a balloon that was still in there, so it doesn't quite have the full pull. But gets some barbarians down for distraction. Gets his witches down. His archer queen. Even has I think an extra barbarian he can kind of throw in there. That's perfect. Forgets to get his wizards down though until a little bit later. But you always want to drop those after the archer queen anyway. So his clan castle troops are under control. Goes ahead and gets the golem down. One thing I'd say is it's probably a good idea to drop your golem in a different place than you want to drop your wall breakers, so you don't have to deal with wizard tower splash. But luckily was able to get them in there. That balloon comes out, but luckily he's got one wizard that kind of pass over this way. It's going to take care of that balloon, so not too much of a problem there. Has a few extra wall breakers to get himself busted in here to get the barbarian king onto the archer queen. He knocks it through on his own. Once she's down, he drops his hogs down here. 3-finger drop on these defenses. Beautiful to know that he can kind of hold off on the heel a little bit because these first, that Expo and Tesla were shooting up north, so there wasn't much damage down here. So he gets his first heel down. Everything's kind of going perfect. Gets a giant bomb, but luckily these things are all under heal, so no problems at all up there. And then the hogs are just going to kind of pass through, and he's got his 3 heals and actually not a whole lot of defenses left, so he can kind of wait, drop the heals once they're sitting on top of a lot of defenses. There's another one of the giant bombs. Actually gets a really lucky hog down here that pops one of the giant bombs to give him an idea that very last one's right here, so he can kind of even hold off a little bit on his heal and get that heal placed so that this hogs are going to be under heal by the time they get that giant bomb. But beautiful that he gets that last one dropped right there. It's going to get these hogs all at full health by the time the raid's over, and for them to kill off the skellies. And just an absolute great attack. 6 stars this war from Validus. Really strong. Had those wizards for cleanup at the end. Still hasn't used the Barbarian King ability. I think he finally pops it here in a second, but we'll speed this up for cleanup. But fantastic attack. Keep him coming. I think this was back-to-back wars with 6 stars. I think so. Awesome achievement. Keep it coming, and really enjoy watching your attacks. So. Moving forward from there, we're gonna slip on down to number 12. And we're going to watch Tej's attack, and the beauty of this attack, it's a swarm HoLo. I'm sorry, it's a needle HoLo. I probably would have taken maybe one more balloon just for this mortar down here, and you'll see when we get to that in a second. But the deployment is what's really important to watch here. Tej has counted out exactly how many balloons he needs per defense and sends them, and there's no waiting, there's no delay. He just goes ahead and gets them all sent, and that's really how you want to do a HoLo attack. 2 2 1 1 2 2, and then sends his 1 down here. He has a Tesla pop, so he ends up having to send a few hogs down there. But, that's the way you want to do it. You want to get them all going in. And he definitely needed this mortar to go down because he's going to do his kill squad from the bottom. So it was very important for that to come out. So beautiful attack there. Gets his archer down to anchor, goes ahead and gets the witches down. Beautiful. There's nothing up here that can shoot at him. There's 2 things I'd complain about this. First, don't bring archers with your kill squad. Bring barbarians, and you're going to see here in a second, these archers stay at the same range as your witches and your wizards will. And when the wizards start targeting the archers, your witches are right there. So he ends up losing one of his witches because they see they're all standing right there. Bring in some barbarians instead. Barbarians walk forward. They actually protect your kill squad a whole lot better. And then second, that golem was completely unnecessary. You're going to see this archer queen jumps over the wall. Suicide barbarian king would have been much better there, and you could have brought 6 additional hogs. That would have been much better choice because you're going to see this golem takes very little damage, and most of it's unnecessary damage. But goes ahead and gets his hog drop in. He's got a good idea. He's just going to pass straight through this base. First heals were okay. They probably could have been forward a little bit. He's got all of this that's outside the walls. That's healing gold storage, which is completely unnecessary. And then these next couple heals, they could have been centered a little better, just a little bit off on the heals. A lot of that comes with practice, though, getting those so that they drop where you want them to. You want to lead your hogs, but have them so they're actually covering the defenses a little better. And then he actually brought some goblins in the back to help deal with some of these high hit point storages. That works really well. I like bringing a couple extra wizards for cleanup. He had a couple extra goblins, sorry. But that works out well. So go and speed this up. Great raid by Tej. Oops, ran into some giant. I guess he ran into a giant bomb up there. I'm not sure what took him out, but really good raid here. That's going to get his hogs to get the final cleanup. He's got plenty left. Archer Queen's still up. Barbarian King's going through there, but this golem is nearly at full health. So that would much better use to have 6 more hogs in your raid. So moving down to there, we're going to move on down to number 13. This is Donk. And this is just a great hog raid. So, he sends it in. He sends in, 3 hogs here and 3 hogs over here. I'd argue over here, because it was these cannons where they weren't on this side, you'd have been better off sending 1 giant with your 3 hogs to kind of protect, because your giant has more health. And therefore, I think that first group of hogs would have lived. You could have gotten by with 1 giant and 3 hogs. But perfect, gets that accomplished. I think ideally he thought there was a giant bomb there, wanted to get it popped. Didn't work out, but gets his barbarians down. I'd also say go ahead and drop everything all the way back there in the corner. No need to drop this stuff this close to these defenses. But one of the mistakes here he makes, and I think he was talking about it afterwards, he completely forgot to drop his Archer Queen. Just a little too much going on. But so 2 things, make sure you get these CC troops, use the entire corner to get them dropped. No reason to drop them close to the defenses, and then always get your Archer Queen as part of your kill squad. But Golem goes down. This time it's a good use for the Golem, because this Archer Queen's farther back in the base, can tank for the kill squad a little longer, so it doesn't get them killed. But once that's done, has his hogs pathing in. Actually planning on kind of doing a more strategic hog drop, so he gets all of these kind of top defenses taken out, so that the rest of the hogs kind of path all the way through the base. The challenge with doing that is you're a little slower on the heals. That heal probably should have gone down a little earlier, but second heal was perfect, worked really, really well. He can kind of hold off here a little bit on the next heals, goes and gets another heal drop down, or needs to go and get another heal drop down here. A little slow there on that heal, but I think what he's worried about is there's a big open spot right here, and his concerns are, especially with these Teslas popping, there's probably giant bombs in there, so maybe he wanted to be a little bit more patient on the heal. And he does hit the 1 heal there. Giant bomb drops the heal, though, gets all these hogs fully healed back up, so this second giant bomb really isn't an issue, though. So, great take out of that base. Still hasn't even used the Archer Queen ability. Really, really good attack. We'll just go ahead and speed this up a little bit here for cleanup, but awesome job, Donk. So we'll kind of move forward from here, and we'll go ahead and do 1 more for this video. Almost done here. Sorry. Then finally from here, we're going to move on down to number 15, which was Bfree. And I don't know if Bfree's been on here before, but this was a base that I think we had 4 or 5 attacks on it. This weird layout and just trying to the direction hit it. But I really like this. Drops 2 giants to tank before he throws his hogs down. Giants have more health than hogs. It's going to allow him to get these taken out, and then also get the clan castle pull, which is kind of difficult because you had defenses that were pretty much around the entire ring. But gets the full clan castle pull, though. Goes ahead and drags them down to the bottom here. Same argument I said before, use the entire corner. Try to keep your witches a little bit farther to go, though this one ends up dying, I think, to this cannon. And also, Archer Queen's more important to get down than even wizards. Archer Queen fires so quickly, especially against witches, able to take out those skellies so that your other troops can take out the other troop, or the CC troops. But that starts going well. I think I'd even dropped a couple of those wizards. You'd have been better off bringing a couple extra barbarians. Much better in helping to group up the CC troops. And kind of like I said to Tej, this golem was completely unnecessary. You'd have been much better off with 6 more hogs. It'll help your raid out a ton more than this golem ever does. It barely takes any damage at all. But he gets his hogs pathed in. Had some trouble because of the way these giant bombs and these Teslas were up here. Tons of spring traps. It took us a little while to get this underway, but Bfree was finally able to kind of solve the riddle on this base. But everything kind of moves through here. Ideally, I like to try to keep your hogs together because they just take out defenses so much quicker. Ended up being a little bit of a challenge on this base because trying to get the pathing right. But he brought a bunch of extra wizards here in the background for cleanup. That's great. Probably I'd have gone with a few more hogs. Hogs are even still better at cleanup than wizards are. But great attack, Bfree. Welcome to the channel. I think this might have been the first time we've had you on. We'll go ahead and speed this up. So another really good war from Reddit Whiskey. This is so far since the patch change, we've been able to win them all. I have a feeling though we're about to run into a much tougher one. We've got a clan that we're up against that has so far the exacta against us. They have 3 more Town Hall 10s than us, 1 less Town Hall 8. So they've got the Town Hall. It's a 20 person war too, so they're way ahead of us Town Hall wise, and they're also much higher level than we are. In fact, they've got 3 different Town Hall 10s with level 40 heroes, and we don't have a single base with level 40 heroes. So I think it's gonna be a challenging one, but it's nice to have something a little more interesting. But another great war from Reddit Whiskey. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them below, and thank you very much for watching.